Okay, today's beer comes to us from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, local craft brewery called Roy Pitz Brewing Company. Picked up a variety pack a little while ago of 4 of their beers, so we'll be doing 4 different reviews of Roy Pitz Brewing Company's beers, starting with their Kolsch, which is a beer brewed in Germany out of the Köln region. In the same style, it's kind of grown in popularity amongst American beers over the last several years, and they kind of range a little bit lower in the alcohol by volume, 4 to 6% usually, somewhere in that range. Kind of a pale, very fruity kind of tasting beer. This one is actually brewed with lemon, I believe. It's called Roy Pitz Best Blonde, and one of the things about Roy Pitz that I've noticed, I've only had a couple of their beers sporadically over the years. Didn't really remember them too much, and I'm kind of happy to actually try them and actually give them a real review right now. Their art is just great. Actually, it's Roy Pitz Liquid Art. I like the kind of slogan right there, Liquid Art. And if you look at the logo of this beer, you have a blonde playing a banjo on a mountaintop, it looks like. So, very interesting art for Roy Pitz. And yeah, lemon zest it's brewed with, as a matter of fact. So let's open this up. This kind of reminds me of maybe a summery beer. Very low alcohol by volume. Not many beers in Roy Pitz are very high in alcohol. I believe the highest content is their Daddy Fat Sacks, it's called, and that's 7.5, and I believe that's an IPA, and we'll try that a little bit later. This actually technically 4.3% alcohol by volume, so this is on the lower end of the range, almost to the point of what's the Murphy's Irish Stout, which was only 4%. So definitely not a stout, however, low on the alcohol by volume, as we'll pour it into a Pilsner glass, oversized Pilsner or Urquell glass, and actually Kolsch's are most prevalent as far as maybe a flute or kind of a stick glass, but I don't own one. So I'm going Pilsner, which is probably the next best thing, maybe, I don't know. We see a big, gigantic, foamy head as we pour it, almost kind of a style reminiscent of a lager, maybe a Munich Hell's kind of style lager, where we just get a big frothy head. It looks to me almost like a lawnmower beer, barbecue kind of beer, where you could just put a bunch in a cooler and just sit back, relax, and have a good time. This case, by the way, living so close to the brewery, this case actually cost about $45, which to me is just wow. I mean, that's a pretty high price for a case of a local beer. Usually you can get the local stuff like the Trogs. I mean, the Perpetual IPAs and stuff like that. I live near Harrisburg, so those cases are usually in the mid-30s. This beer in the low 40s. I don't know why the price. I mean, these aren't, you know, Russian Imperial stouts. So these are beers that are kind of low in the alcohol volume. So I don't really understand the price thing right there. But getting a little off track, this beer, very lagery looking. The head is really not disappearing that much, so it's very nice and frothy, very sugary up top. Some bubbles, kind of refined bubbles on the bottom of it, kind of just going right up. And this is it's a beautiful looking beer. I have to give it that. They're definitely a nice looking beer. Let's grab a smell of it rather. You know, I'm getting all froth on the smell. I'm getting a very reminiscent Yuengling premium kind of smell to this. Very frothy, very light, kind of malted grain. Just very wheatish. I mean, this is a very wheat kind of style, and a bit of a subtle kind of scent to it that, like I said, reminiscent of Yuengling Premium. Let's see if the taste kind of redeems itself here. I'll tell you what, first taste, as soon as it hits my tongue, I'm tasting, hard to say, I'm tasting a white wine. is kind of what I kind of feel that I'm tasting, almost a Chardonnay maybe or something like that. And then you kind of get the grain and the malt and the feeling of a pale wheat kind of feel to it, of a Kolsch. This beer is a very drinkable, thirst quenching kind of beer. As we'll grab another taste. Definitely a very fruity, almost grapish aroma, a very light grape kind of aroma to it. Very drinkable. I mean, this is a beer that, you know, you could have several of at a party or wherever you're going, and you're still kind of fine because it's 4.3% alcohol, kind of even lower than even the normal 5% kind of beer. Not usually my style. However, the beers in this style, I would say it's about average to above average, and if I were to give this a rating, and I think I should, I would give Roy Pitz Best Blonde, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10.